empty glass beneath my hand, like a love I couldn't understand. I smelled it slow and thin, like the patience you were in. You stood framed in doorway light, soft as mercy in the night. I said, baby, don't you cry. Now I hear that last goodbye. Low trumpet sighs across the room, perfume fading too soon. Your fingers traced along my sleeve, like you still believe. You asked me if I'd ever change, if my world would rearrange. I said love would always stay, but I let it drift away. I was strong in every fight, but weak in doing right. Thought your heart would always wait. Now it's sealed by fate. This is my empty glass serenade, for the promises I never made. I had your warmth against my chest, now it's just regret. The blues move slow and bittersweet, like lonely footsteps on the street. I was rich in your embrace, now I drink to your trace. Midnight leaning on the bar, counting every silent scar. Your laughter lingers in the air, like a prayer that isn't there. I chased a name in neon lights, left you crying through the nights. Thought I had the upper hand, didn't understand. If I could kneel where you once stood, be the man I said I would, I'd trade this tailored life I wear for one more chance to care. But time don't soften stubborn men, it just writes amen. This is my empty glass serenade, for the love I let degrade. Watched it fade tonight. The blues keep whispering your name through every drop of rain. I let the only angel go, now I reap what I sow. It burning down my throat, like a final broken note. In the dark where memories fade, I sing this serenade. Mud sticks to my boots like sin. I've been walking where the lost begin. Cypress shadows choke the light. The air is thick, the stars take flight. Every crow, every hiss reminds me of the life I miss. I carry shame like a hollow drum, beating slow, I can't outrun. Water snakes curl around my feet, whispering truths I can't repeat. I've drowned in nights with no reprieve, haunted by the men I can't believe. The fireflies flicker like eyes of the dead, lighting paths I fear to tread. Swamp blood runs heavy in my veins, mixing with the grief and pains. The world above don't see this mire, they only see a man, not the fire. I breathe the stench, I feel the rot. I carry everything they forgot. Swamp blood, I wait alone. Every step takes a piece of bone. The night is deep, the shadows speak of the man I hide, the man I seek. I am heavy, I am hollow, I am real. Every wound a mark, every scar I feel. I hear the river laughing low, mocking the weight I'll always know. Memories curl like reeds in the mist. Every embrace, every kiss I missed. I light a cigarette, smoke drifts slow. I am part of the swamp, I know. Maybe survival is not enough. Maybe strength is bitter rough. Maybe courage lies in the mire, in every step through mud and fire. Swamp blood, I wait alone. Every step takes a piece of bone. The night is deep, the shadows speak of the man I hide, the man I seek. I am heavy, I am hollow, I am real. Every wound a mark, every scar I feel. I leave footprints in black and clay. The swamp remembers, it won't fade away. Swamp blood in my chest, dark as sin, and I keep walking, letting night pull me in. Morning light through broken blinds, your laughter lingers in my mind. I traded comfort for a fleeting thrill and left you standing still. Church bells echo in the streets, every note reminds defeat. I bow my head, confess my crime, begging mercy one more time. choir hums behind the door, notes like waves upon the shore. Your eyes were angels I ignored, my stubborn heart could not afford. I kissed her once and walked away. Now I kneel and silently pray. I held heaven in my hands, buried it in shifting sand. But even sinners get a chance if they step into the dance. Lord, hear my prayer
For her name,
wash away
his guilt and shame.
I had the only light
I need,
but planted darkness there.
as my seed.
Let the choir lift this song,
Lift this song,
teach this man where he went wrong.
went wrong.
If love returns or mercy stays, guide my steps and show way. Candles flicker, walls are bare, every hymn a whispered prayer. I traded gold for empty fame, left her love a dying flame. Now my knees touch holy stone, asking grace for sins I own.
If faith can bend a hardened heart, let it reach where I fell apart.
No more excuses, no disguise, only truth behind my eyes. Lord, hear my prayer,
For her name,
cleanse the soul that's filled with blame.
filled with blame.
I had a queen within my grasp, let me hold her light back. Choir swells and organ cries, even heaven watches wide. If she's gone, I'll still remain. Teach me love that lasts through pain. Morning rises soft and pale, with hope that faith will not fail. I bow and whisper one last plea, bring her love back to me. Borrowed light from a neon sign, shining on this heart of mine. Midnight leaning on the wall, watching shadows rise and fall. You stood quiet, soft and sure of a love that could endure. I said, baby, I need space. Now I miss your gentle grace. Silver rain on window pane, tapping out my hidden shame. Your reflection in the glass fades each time a taxi passed. You asked me for a simple truth, not excuses dressed as proof. I gave you charm, I gave delay, watched you slowly slip away. I was loud beneath the crowd, too stubborn, far too proud. Thought your heart would always stay, until it walked away. light tonight. Since you took the warmth from sight, I had heaven in my hand. Now I barely stand. The blues roll low and slow and deep, through the promises I couldn't keep. If love was gold beneath my skin, I let the dark rush in. Bar stool turning on its heel, like a truth I couldn't feel. Your laughter echoes down the hall, softest sound of all. I chased applause and restless dreams, ignored the fragile seams. Now every mirror shows a man who failed to understand. If I could shed this tailored pride, stand with nothing left to hide, I'd run back through the pouring rain and beg to ease your pain. But time don't bend for broken vows, it only leaves me now, living on borrowed light tonight, haunted by what once was right. I had forever by my side, lost it to my pride. The blues keep whispering your name through every drop of rain. I let the only angel go. Now I walk alone. Neon fading into gray, taking borrowed light away. In the dark where I remain, I feel the rain. Crown of smoke above my head, from words I wish I never said. Velvet night and bourbon gold, stories getting tired and old. You stood quiet by the door, like you'd done so many times before. I waved you off with careless pride. Now there's no one by my side. Piano humming soft and low, in a key that seems to know every chord bends toward regret, for a love I can't forget. You ask me simple, ask me plain, do you love me more than fame? I laughed it off like it was small. Now I've lost it all. I built my name on stubborn stone. Never thought I'd stand alone, but stone don't warm a midnight room. Just seals your doom. Crown of smoke and broken pride, that's all I've got tonight. I had your heart beneath my hands, now it slips like sand. The blues rolling like a slow parade, for every vow I never made. I was rich in what we had, now I'm dressed in black and sad. Streetlight flickers through the rain, writing poems of quiet pain. Your perfume lingers in my coat, like a final tender note. I thought love would understand, bend and wait at my command. But love don't kneel before a man, it leaves when it can. If I could trade this hollow throne for the warmth we used to own, I'd lay my ego on the floor and knock upon your door. But echoes don't turn into grace, they fade without a trace. Crown of smoke and broken pride, no one left to hide behind. I had forever in my sight, let it fade into the night. The blues keep whispering your name through every drop of falling rain. I let the only angel go, now I walk alone. Cigar burned down to ash and dust, like love betrayed by foolish trust. In the dark where kings once stand, I'm just a man. Cigar smoke curling to the ceiling, like the truth I kept from feeling. Mahogany bar, midnight crowd, laughing just a little too loud. Your reflection in my glass fades with every minute past. I said love would understand. Now it slips right through my hands. Black leather shoes on checkered floor. You stood waiting by the door. Eyes so steady, soft but strong. Knew I'd been wrong all along. You asked for heart without disguise. I gave you charm and alibis. Thought your patience had no end. Now I'm begging just to mend. I was king of my own parade. Every promise delayed. Never thought the cost would be losing you and losing me. Cigars and second chances, slow, sad midnight dances. I had your love beneath my name. Now I drown in shame. The blues roll low and bittersweet, like footsteps on an empty street. If love was gold inside my hand, I let it turn to sand. Taxi lights and pouring rain, city humming with my pain. Your last goodbye still echoes clear, ringing louder every year. I said forever like a line, spoken smooth with aged wine. But forever don't survive when pride's the one that drives. If heaven grants a man one plea, let it bring you back to me. I'd trade this tailored life I wear for one more night of honest care. I'd lay my ego on the floor and close the distance to your door. Cigars and second chances, lost romantic glances. I had your world inside my arms, safe from all harm. Now the blues keep whispering low about the girl I let go. If mercy waits somewhere above, send back my love. Cigar burned down to the end, like a heart that couldn't bend. In the smoke where memories stand, I remain a broken man. Velvet walls and red dim light, champagne tears on satin night. You wore truth like sacred lace. I wore lies across my face. Your hands trembled not from fear, but from knowing I wasn't there. Even when I held you tight, I was miles from right. Slow band playing in the corner, bass line thick and low. Your eyes said stay forever, mine said I don't know. I kissed you like a promise, but promises can bend. And every time you forgave me, I failed you again. I loved you like a sinner, not like a man who stays. Now I drown inside the silence of your gone away days. This is my velvet sin confession, dark desire, cold reflection. I had your body, had your trust, turned it all to dust. Now the night won't set me free. It keeps reminding me I had heaven in my arms, and I chose harm. Perfume fading in the sheets, heartbeat skipping broken beats. Your last look cut so clean, sharper than it seemed. You didn't beg, you didn't plead, you just let my ego lead, and I followed it straight down without a sound. If passion had been patience, if fire had been kind, maybe we'd still be dancing instead of in my mind. This is my velvet sin confession, late night truth in slow progression. I had the rarest kind of flame, put it out for fame. Now the blues drip thick and slow, like regret I can't let go. I was loved beyond condition, killed it with ambition. Velvet night, lights burn thin, and I'm alone with my sin. I walk streets and never sleep, where the shadows cling like chains. Every face a fleeting echo, every night replaying pains. I built myself on broken bone and promises I burn, but the man I see in the mirror is a lesson never learned. every truth I disguise. I'm still breathing, still moving, but the fire barely glows. Ashes of a hollow man.